An 850 credit score isn't freedom. It's proof you've borrowed enough to become property. The higher that number climbs, the deeper you've probably sunk. I learned this the hard way, chasing a perfect score I never questioned. Then I saw what the score actually rewards. It doesn't measure wealth. It measures how profitable you are to banks. To build it, you must borrow. To keep it, stay borrowed. Pay everything off and watch the number collapse. In 1989, a company called FICO promised mathematical fairness for lending. Fairness was never the goal. Profit was the blueprint. The algorithm ignores rent, savings, and every bill paid in cash. It only tracks one thing: your obedience to debt. Before this number existed, a banker looked you in the eye. Then judgment became data, and data became a weapon. Your entire life shrank to 3 digits on a screen. Lenders loved it. They could charge different prices for the exact same loan. A low score doesn't mean no. It means 30% interest. The same sedan costs $12,000 more if your score is poor. Risk-based pricing sounds smart until you ask who defines the risk. The formula is secret. You cannot see it or fight it. Mistakes stay for 7 years, even when they aren't yours. Medical debt haunts you longer than the illness ever lasted. One missed payment triggers fees, penalties, and a sudden plunge in score. Lower score means higher costs, which means more debt, which lowers your score. This is not misfortune. It is a loop engineered to extract. Who profits when you cannot escape? Follow the money. Banks, bureaus, and data brokers make billions from your financial distress. You are not the customer. You are the product. Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion sell your data to anyone who pays. They even charge you to see what they sell about you. The score pretends to predict your behavior, but it actually trains it. Advisors tell you to carry a balance to stay attractive to lenders. Attractive to whom? To the sharks feeding on your interest. Building credit means proving you can handle debt, not build wealth. A millionaire paying cash has a lower score than someone buried in debt. It measures obedience to the system, not financial health. Landlords use it, employers use it, insurers use it against you. A bad score is a mark that follows you everywhere. The system inherits every inequality of the past and encodes it permanently. Those zip codes were redlined decades ago by the exact same banks. Poverty isn't a bug in the algorithm. It is the input. If the score rewards responsibility, why does paying off debt punish you? Because a debt-free customer is worthless to the industry that built this game. The house always wins, and the table is rigged to keep you playing. To escape, I had to look past the score to the laws underneath. What I found down there changed how I see every dollar. Beneath the city, I found a factory where need is manufactured. Faceless operators feed raw data into grinding gears. They aren't building cars. They are building dependency, one score at a time. Every gauge measures not your worth, but how long you stay borrowed. I saw the sorting buckets. Good, fair, poor, all of them product. I leaned closer. The gears weren't sorting people. They were sorting fear. Every transaction you ever made fed a tube glowing hot with information. They call it a score. I call it a surveillance report dressed in math. Your Netflix habit matters now. So does your neighborhood and your search history. Alternative data was supposed to help. Instead, it built smaller, sharper cages. 45 million Americans have no score. To lenders, they are ghosts. Being invisible sounds safe, until you need an apartment, a job, or heat. I found a file marked 0. Inside, a single word, unprofitable. The machine doesn't reject you. It prices you like livestock at auction. 29% interest isn't a fee. It's a harvest. The pipes didn't end at banks. They snaked into landlords, offices, and HR departments. Your score now decides where you sleep and whether you eat. Employers check it to judge character. Character isn't 3 digits on a screen. Insurers charge the poor more for the same car, body, and house. One number colonized every gate in your life. You never voted on it. I asked a regulator how this was legal. He pointed to a lobbyist's check. The bureaus spend millions ensuring no law ever truly challenges their monopoly. $40 billion a year, that is the price of your financial anxiety. They don't just predict risk. They manufacture it and sell the antidote. Credit repair is an industry built on errors the bureaus refuse to fix. I met a woman who paid $700 to erase an error. The error took 1 keystroke to make and 6 years to purge. 1 visit to the ER can triple your premium for half a decade. Student loans promise mobility. They delivered chains with a monthly statement. The dealership smiled and offered 18% because her score was 600. Same vehicle, same road. 15,000 extra for the wrong zip code. She drives to work to pay the loan that bought the car for work. This loop has a name, the debt treadmill, and it has no off switch. I used to blame borrowers. Then I saw the blueprint they never wrote. The real crime isn't the spender, it's the blueprint. I studied the fine print. It didn't measure wealth, it measured dependency. A millionaire paying cash is punished with silence. A debtor gets applause. The applause is interest. The spotlight is the trap. The exit is bricked shut. Pay off your cards, close the accounts, and watch the number dive. Zero debt should mean freedom. Here it means you vanished from the economy. They convinced us owing money is the only proof we exist. So we borrow to breathe, and breathe to borrow, and call it living. I searched for the architect. Someone had to sign the original plans. There was no single villain, only a committee of prophets wearing human faces. I looked for the off switch. There wasn't one. The trap is total. Opting out means erasing yourself. Cash is invisible. Savings are irrelevant. Only debt speaks. We are not users. We are raw material. The final insult? They make us police ourselves. We check our scores like penance. Like prayer. I finally asked what the number actually measures. Not trust. Not virtue. Only how long you stay borrowed. If debt is the product, then freedom is the defect. The machine hums louder when you try to leave. Behind the furnace, I found a ledger no one was supposed to read. Every page logged profits squeezed from my neighbors, missed payments. It wasn't a record. It was a blueprint for extraction. The goal wasn't fairness. It was keeping borrowers permanently off balance. The perfect customer wasn't rich. It was someone forever almost escaping. I found lawmakers. Names beside campaign contributions on the next page. The machine wasn't illegal. Laws sold, to build it protected it. $12 billion in late fees. 1 year. 1 line. My mother's address stared back. The interest. The stolen years. Then I understood. This wasn't a score, it was a leash. The system isn't broken. It inhales hope and exhales debt. Good credit doesn't free you, it just paints your cage gold. The only winning move is to stop playing entirely. Save cash. Let net worth be the only number that matters. Help your neighbor escape. One voice drowns. A chorus breaks locks. When enough people refuse the score, the machine starves. Your credit score isn't honor. It never was. Never will be. It's a cage built by bankers who need you inside. Cages only hold those who believe the lock is real. I left the ledger burning. I don't need permission to live free. Walk away. The air clears when your worth belongs to you alone.